I've drank a lot of fucking beer in my lifetime, that's for sure. Many times to an excess that I'm not too proud of the fucked up shitty situations that I've managed to fist fuck my way into. I've learned a lot along the way though. I'll share that knowledge with you if it can prevent a fucking drunken grease fire. If it doesn't, you are the fucking grease fire.
Batman educates the public. Is he gonna educate us today on where he has mysteriously been all day? Inquiring minds want to know. What's up, CIA, Blasey, Lobster, Downrange? All right, again, Batman educates the public. Let's jump in.
And welcome, folks, to another wonderful episode of Batman Radio. All right. So,
Like I said,
I'm just going to be talking for a minute, man. Let me see here. Right now, like I said, man, we looking to expand, bro. You know what I mean? Been looking to expand this entire time, but it's kind of happened in different forms. Um, and like I know that I'm always still growing and evolving. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's crazy, man. It's crazy because like I literally continue to grow and evolve. I continue to ascend. Like I said, I've ascended, but ascension is like a
John Cole.
never-ending process because I'm limitless and I just choose to keep ascending. I don't see any limitations on myself, on my strength. I don't perceive limitations, period. And that's what this is about. And I don't know.
Real quick, I would like to take this time to thank all of you who played the fucking football pool yesterday. I got myself a couple euro sandwiches with these all's money. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
That's the difficult part with the money, to me, because I've had plenty of it. You know what I mean? I've made and spent more than like everybody and anybody. So it's just, I don't know. It is what it is. Like it's different, but like I don't really care about money. You know what I mean? For me, like I just feel like I'm a role model and an example for people to follow. You know what I mean? I'm a truly righteous man and a good person. And I can just listen to folks' conversation. It could be anywhere on social media. I can listen to them talk for just a couple of seconds and I can hear everything I need to hear. And that should make a lot of sense to people. Um,
Red screen, what up?
but honestly, I don't know like
He's been seriously
what's up
depressed like
because
this for like
a
four
lot of
days or so.
people, seem to have a lot of difficulty comprehending and understanding. And it's all just basic reality. But, I'm at the point that I basically can read minds and my perception is very real and it's just on another level. It's heightened. You know, these gifts are real. Everything about me is real. Who I am is real. And, you know, I'm a human being. You know what I mean? But I'm just gifted, you know, just different, And for
Telepathic.
me, I never really, I mean, I always knew it, you know what I mean? But I didn't really understand it. And I guess I come to understand it more as we go here on this journey. Um, it's pretty cool, man. It's surreal. It's incredible. It truly is, but I'm looking to expand, man. And my thing is I just keep on thinking about it and how I could do it. And I really don't
Cross, what
want
up?
to be in the position that I've been in the past. I really don't want to have to go out my way for anything. I don't feel that I deserve that. I don't think that I should have to do that. And that's the difficult part right now, because I'm not getting any real financial support. I'm not, I was supposed to have gained the support of the public without trying. And I feel that I have, a lot. I'm not going to pretend like I haven't, but the support of the public happens to be free in this day and age.
What?
There's no money that comes with it and no funding or money that's attached to it. There's been just a little, not much, just a little, just enough to, I don't know, keep it rolling and keep it going. And I know that that comes directly from God, and I'm thankful. I'm completely grateful for that, and that's cool. That's all I need, but I just, I don't know, man. Like, it's just a difficult part of it, trying to figure out like what, how to go about expanding, and I just feel like all I can do is continue with this, and I mean, this is where it's at. This is the whole point of everything, but it's also not limited to just, the internet. This project is going to continue no matter what, is what I don't know if folks seem to understand that. Everything is real over here. So, I mean, it's going to continue no matter what. I'm going to stay doing what I need to do. And like, I just noticed that I continue to grow and evolve. And it's incredible to me, but at the same time, I'm getting messages and downloads of God saying that, everything changes, coming good, positive change, and everything is going to change for the better. You know what I mean? Hold on.
Hold up.
So, I mean, that's cool. But like I said, I mean, I continue to get on here, and I continue to give my all in my best efforts and do, the best that I can. And, I mean, what I'm doing is literally superhuman. I can't fathom and understand how the world can really sit there and just ignore it. But then again, I kind of do understand it because of the day and age we're in, and it's like, it's funny because like I always felt like, I don't know, like, I always liked the older generations, like 60s, 70s, 80s, that I don't really know that much about, but just everything about it just looks so amazing. But then you think about it and you think back and look back and think about it and like, would it really have been that amazing? You know what I mean? Like, because I mean, we have a lot more going on, you know what I mean? And, the technology that's around, man, I believe was
Yes, the
way
80s were
beyond
amazing.
most folks' comprehension. It's on another level, and they just, we're not being told about it. And that's kind of the stuff that I look into and research. And that's why I think a lot of people, don't understand it, because like I'm really like an inventor and, one of the greatest minds of my time and probably of all time. And it's not fake. Like, I really am a genius. I really think, and I've just always been a thinking man. That's just the way my father raised me. But I don't know, man. We got to figure it out somehow. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. I meet a couple of people here and there. Some people, kind of seem like they're wanting to be supportive, financially a little bit and help a little bit, but it's not near enough. And like I said, I funded this Batman project out of my own pocket, going on 3 years.
Oh,
My
see
3-year
what?
anniversary, I think, is coming up right around the corner, if we're not already there, because I have to look back at the times of what
February is not March, April, May.
I can see and what's transparent and in
Let's
front
change
of
it to
me,
February, March,
and
April,
take
May.
a look at that when I can. But, you know, like I said, I mean, need the money, man. Need the money, need the funding, need a need a different environment, need a change of scenery, need a I just outgrew everything, man. I outgrew everything a long time ago. It's like I can outgrow it all I want, but without the money, again, it just, I really don't want to have to go to other cities and states, like, hopping on a bus and showing up there with nowhere to go and nothing. I don't think anyone would want to do that. I've actually literally done that, with limited resources and limited funds before, several times, quite a few times. You know what I mean? Not all the time. I've had plenty of money a lot of times too. You know what I mean? But usually when I didn't have that much, but I had like just enough to do what I needed to do, like that's the way it was. Like, you know, I would go to these cities, I paid for the hotel, and like I would just experience what was there and take my lift and go eat breakfast and stuff like that. And it was cool and I really enjoyed it. But you know, that's the craziest part to me too, is all these folks that want to talk and you know, say anything concerning me or about me, they know nothing about me. And again, you got to keep in mind, like if we're talking about Austin, Texas, I mean, I don't understand how folks can feel some way about a
Look out.
guy that was literally like, you know, in the shelter down the street. Like, is that not
So been
crazy
crying today?
that,
Yeah,
you
sounds like it.
know, I mean, literally, like I was in the shelter down the street and I would go work and
This
find
is the first we've heard out of him all day. So
work like anyone. And that's what you do. You use the resources around you and try to build up from there. That's what any normal person does. I'm just saying, isn't that kind of hilarious that they're concerned about the success of a guy that was down the street in the shelter? You know what I mean? Like to me, I just find that funny. You know, like that was the whole thing. Like, you know, folks' priorities are hilarious. You know, they worry about what people think. So that's where their mind is at. Is I'll explain to you the differential in the mindsets right now, right? Like their mindset is like, oh, like people might say this, people may think that. All that stuff is never a concern for me. I'm in your city, and you know it's my city. I run Austin, and I was born there, you know, and it's the capital of Texas, which is the state my ancestors built, literally. So that's the truth. When I tell them I run Austin, it's just the truth, right? It would have been the truth whether I was a street dude or not, because my ancestors built this whole entire state. What are you talking about? You know, so me just being who I am and being the same way, which is what got everything done and gained all the power. You understand what I'm saying? Like, how do I put it? I mean, that's you know the icing on top of the cake. You know what I'm saying? But like the reality of all of it is like, why would folks feel some way like that? That's crazy to me. You know what I mean? You're gonna feel some way. I mean, my point is, when I was in Austin, I didn't have anywhere to go, and I figured it out for years like that. Um, I mean, barely slept half the time, or would sleep or take naps almost every day. I mean, stayed up till like, you know, six something, seven, 8 in the morning, took a nap, went back to work, was landing jobs, work. I mean, I literally did not live in Austin at any point. I had nowhere to go. For a guy to be in that position and have accomplished, I mean, way more. I'm talking about the folks that actually are there and live there. I accomplished more than all of them combined.
El Jefe, what up?
And that's the actual truth. And I'm talking about made and spent more money and like worked hard. I paid off property taxes. I'm just saying, like, folks got to really look at like time. Like, I've been nothing but productive with my time. I haven't, like, literally, I mean, I'm talking, you can't get more productive than me. So that's the thing. Like, when folks speak, you need to say the truth. You see what I'm saying? Like, no, when I went up there, every time I was getting things done. Even when I was in Dallas, I was working towards what I was doing and towards that, right? Towards those property taxes. And then I figured it out when I left to Austin. I guess it was meant to be. And that's the thing. Like, I just put my faith in God and I let go and I let God. And I just know that, you know, God is the only one who can do it. And He's the one who will do it. And He will facilitate and create the environment and give me the money and the bread so that I can travel and expand and do what I need to do, because that's the only way that I see it really truly happening, because there's too much going on in this country at this point, and it's just the truth. It's just about being smart for me to just do what I used to do. I mean, you can't even move around the same way. Everything opens and closes at different times. It's not the way it used to be. See, that was the time when we really had freedom and I was going to different cities. I would walk around the city all night by myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting there listening to music, doing what I want to do. The world was just awesome. You know, everything was free and you could still enjoy things. And, you know, then all this stuff happened and everything changed. And that's the part that folks need to pay attention to. And that's the thing. Like, I'm about freedom. Everything I do is towards gaining freedom. And, you know, I just want freedom for everybody. You know what I mean? And it's really my main effort, you know, to help people and, you know, about freedom. You know what I mean? Because freedom is one of the most important things outside of love. You know what I mean? And I think both kind of go hand in hand. But like what I see today in the world, man, is a lot of convenience. You know what I mean? I see a lot of people, like I said, especially like so-called women, and they're all just kind of, you know, go to their job and go to their 9 to 5. And I mean, the truth is that they're attached to that mindset and attached to their 9 to 5 and their job. And in the process of that, they're not really getting anywhere. None of them are rich. You're not going to get rich working a 9 to 5. It's just a guarantee. I've never met anyone that was rich working a 9 to 5. I've seen a lot of posing, just like I see in the hood and the ghetto. A lot of people want to be something, but they're just not, and they're nowhere close to it. And that's the difference. Is I'm really who and what I say I am. You understand me? So the first formula was to get out of the 9 to 5 struggle and to get,
I'm going to try and Cash App him right now, CIA. It's been a minute, but I know I'm blocked, but I wonder if he unblocked those.
you know, to break free from the matrix, which is what I've done. So now I can teach people and show everyone else how to do it. I'm doing everything right. If you're not following me, I mean, that's up to you. I don't know what you're doing. I'm not asking you to. That's of your own accord. But I mean, I know for me, if I saw someone like me and they knew what they was talking about and was on a whole different level intelligence wise and was an actual genius and had all the results and receipts to prove it and show it, right? I wouldn't ask them to prove something that's already proven and understood. You see what I'm saying? But I would definitely listen, and I would listen to what they have to say. See, that's the thing is, you know, the internet didn't make me. You understand? YouTube didn't make me. None of this made me. I made myself, and God made me. You understand? So that's the thing. Like, I'm gonna do my thing regardless, and folks know it. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I mean,
Yeah, I was unable to request cash from Shamlight. I asked them to send you cash instead. I did.
I just
Oh,
don't
not cash.
understand that. Like when I was in Austin, I had nowhere to go. I mean, I started, you know, whatever at whatever point we all got to start somewhere, and I was just me. And the thing was, in the process, it saved me a lot of money because every time when I move around, I save a lot of money. That's the goal of traveling and moving around. You're supposed to learn how to be frugal and save money. So again, I don't know what folks are talking about. I mean, if I can go to a city that other folks stay at and live in, and I can succeed on a level they've never seen over and over, time and time again, what can anyone tell me? Everybody pays attention to the small details. They're paying attention to gossip. That gossip is weakness. That gossip is only there because folks can't hold a candle to me. Like I said, I would travel, I would move around. You see me with big duffel bags carrying my stuff, backpacks. Like I have to have something like that normally when I'm in Austin because that's the type of city it is. It's like a backpacking city. That's what you're supposed to do. Just like people, you know, backpack and travel all over the country and the world. You know what I mean? And some of them do it with little money. You know, I mean, these are real things. It's just nowadays you wouldn't want to do that. There's too much going on. And that's just the truth. Like, no, everything has changed, man. And you got to pay attention to that. Even me, everyone, you have to pay attention. Like, it's not like I can't do it still. It's not like I manually can't get it done. But, you know, they've made it pretty much impossible.
Oh, real quick, that hat you had on today, I can't remember if I've seen that yet before. Is that custom or did you buy that off shelf?
Shamrock got that for me for Christmas. I think she bought it online somewhere.
Right on.
Because there's too many rules, there's too much going on, and it's just it's not the system for it. Does that make sense? So it's like I've been through it too many times now to the point that at some point, you know, you kind of just decide, man, I really don't want to keep doing this. Like, I don't want to keep on going about this the same way. I don't like, you know, being out all night and walking all night. in different cities.
I don't like
Like,
being homeless
I don't
either.
want to keep doing it. It was fun, you know, a lot of times it was all right. It was okay. You know, I was being myself, but like at the point I'm at now, after putting all that work in and accomplishing everything, why would I want to continue that if I don't have to? And I definitely don't have to. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell folks. Like, I
You're
genuinely
supposed to be
don't. Like,
educating us right now, Joey.
I don't know. You know, I understand that I'm capable of anything. I understand that I could, you know, manually make it happen. I mean, I have, you know, I'm not getting any financial support. I mean, the public was supposed to get behind me and back me financially. That was just part of this. It comes with the territory of my career and what I'm doing.
How's his
And that's the thing,
mechanical
like, you
engineering
know,
training
no,
going?
we
You
have a
mentioned that.
public that I don't know what the public is on. And then it's crazy because that's what I'm saying. I listen to them talk and you can hear
He must have been in class
justice
all day.
being had. You can hear that they're all going through it. And I'm talking about really going through it. I'm talking about God is at work. And not at any point do they recognize maybe this is my own, you know, doing. Maybe this is, you know, maybe in other words, not me, them, you know, maybe this is their own decisions, right? And maybe, you know, you're creating these situations. You understand? With the fact that, you know, you don't want to support, you know, people with a different career. You know,
He just hasn't been the same since Homeboy told him to piss off last week. It's fucking great.
the reality of the spectrum is so far from what people say every day and what they tell themselves. It's unbelievable. Does that make sense?
He always takes it
So
pretty hard when he loses a lifeline.
Right?
that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, I want to be around real people. Like Mike Tyson said, I like real people. You know what I mean? There's a lot of environments that I'd like to be able to be in, but I need the money to do it. You know what I mean? Like I could go to school, you know, in anywhere I want. I could go back to college anywhere I want. Mhm. Okay, I'm talking about some of these places like I've seen, and I mean, they're beautiful. I mean, they've got full gym access. They've got everything you need. Like
Showers,
I've already taken a look. I mean, I'm talking like, you know,
soap.
buildings with
Oh, he doesn't use
stories,
soap.
you know, like big buildings full of, you know, everything you need, you know, like tons of exercise equipment. Like you got, you know, plenty of women are walking around and everybody's, you know, doing something. Like that's the kind of environment that I want to get back into and
Are
be in.
women exercise
And I want
equipment?
to do it, you know, completely of my own accord. You know what I mean? I don't want the public knowing. I'm not telling no one nothing. Like I said, I want to finally have complete privacy and do what I want to do. That's the thing. That's what people don't understand. Like, so that's why I'm waiting. Like, God told me I'm going to get paid to exist. I can't wait because the minute that I get paid to exist, I'm guessing it ain't going to be with this. I think this is going to be extra income. And the minute that I get the money and I'm able to do that, like, I love what I do, don't get me wrong. And I'm going to still use it and I'll, you know, film videos and stuff and do my shows and talk and stuff. But that's the thing. Like, I could put it on autopilot like I already did to some extent, and I could just do my shows. You know what I'm saying? Like, if once I get the money, man, you know, I mean, I could take certain videos and do it a certain way. You know what I mean? But my point is, like, I'm really kind of going to be walking away and focusing, not walking away, but I just am going to have my focus on other things because that was really the point. Like, people don't get like I work on projects at separate times, right? And then I get tired of it and then I go work on a different project. It's just how I am. It's just like when I traveled, that's the way when I was driving around and everything, that's what I would do. And people would even tell me, they're like, that's what I like about you because you just keep moving around and traveling until it gets good. And that was them speaking. That was their mentality. Because for me, it was good no matter where I was at because I was me. You know what I mean? But they had a point because they saw the truth of it. Like, yeah, that's kind of what I was doing. Like, I'm gonna keep on, you know, moving and figuring stuff out. People don't understand. Like, I've lived in Georgia, I've lived in North Carolina, I've, you know, had full everything, all the whole spectrum in different places. I lived in Florida, all over. I've been in hoods, ghettos, suburbs, nice places, rich upper class places. I've been all through Arizona. I've been all through California. I mean, all Las Vegas, like I said. I mean, I basically ran, right? I was the king. Like, I've been in a lot of places, man. I've been through New York. Like I said, I came through Albany. I came through New York City. Like I said, like
Albany.
being me. You know what I mean? So, like, I mean, I've driven through New Jersey. Like I said, I've been up there a little bit, driving around, looking around, doing different things. I went to eat at a buffet in New York. Like I said, I mean,
How is that a
dude?
flex?
He let me, sleep on the couch and stuff. And like, I saw what the little apartments are like in New York because of that, and like the little lofts. And like, they're all right. They're kind of cool. It's a totally different atmosphere, though. I mean, it's totally different. You know what I'm saying? And, when you from Texas, it takes some getting used to. It's just different. You know what I mean? It's two totally opposite spectrums, kind of, not completely, but in some ways. But that's the thing. Like, to me, New York was so cool. It really was. And like, people don't understand, I'm me. So I was me when I was in New York. You understand? That's the thing. Like, if I go to New York, it's a big deal because
That
I'm
was
me.
me.
That's the thing. The reason why I'm gaining celebrity and fame is because I'm me, because of my energy. It ain't because of the internet. It ain't because of any platform or app. It ain't because of nobody else. It's because of me and because of God. But that's my point. Like, I've seen what everywhere has to offer, and that's the thing. I live faster and I have a lot more life experience for it. So what I do is, like, I go kind of scout. Like, I'm looking at places like, what can I gain from here, and what's the quickest way for me to go about gaining, and what is going to work out for me. That's why I never wanted to be sedentary. I never wanted to settle down. I never wanted to be in one spot, in one place, what I mean, like, all the time, because it gets old. And the thing is, when people feel like they know you, they're more inclined to try to take advantage, correct?
And Joey, wherever you go from here on out, you're going to find yourself right smack dab in the middle of it.
That's why I like moving around, because nobody knows me.
That's because
And
he's
that's
him.
the truth. People don't know me. You know what I mean? People haven't taken the time to get to know me.
Ain't nothing going to change.
You understand? And that's my whole thing. Like, I don't want to talk 80,000 miles away. I want human interaction. I want to talk to people that want to be around me and are in front of me and want to work to help me, better my life and make everything better every day. And like, if you're not,
Thought he was
seeing it the
Gucci.
way I am, and that's not your goal or perception, then like, what is the purpose? That's just how I feel, Like, I'm older now. I'm 36. I'm gonna be 40 in 4 years. I'm an immortal vampire, and I'm aging backwards. Literally. I mean, I'm not in everybody else's boat. That's why God tells me what it is, like, not to worry about anything. Like, He gonna make up for lost time. Like, that's one of the more difficult things for anybody, is looking at time and looking at the. Time doesn't bother me because I don't care. A lot of things that people care about, I don't care about. Genuinely, I could care less. None of the things that normal folks worry about or think about do I care at all about. I really don't. I don't fear anything like that. You know what I mean? It's just like he said, you know what I mean, with Bane, when he's like, "You don't fear, you welcome it." Like, literally, it's the truth. Like, I could care less. I don't have any limitations in this universe, in this world at all. That's why I'm me. You know what I mean? That's why I'm Batman. You understand? Like, that. Because I don't operate off of the same, wiring, bro. I think different. Like Tupac said, like Pac said, my thought patterns differ from the whole world. Like, they really do. That's the thing. People don't get it. I'm supposed to stand out. I'm supposed to be me. This is who I'm supposed to be. I was put here for everything to change. I wasn't made to fit in. I'm not trying to fit in. Never have. I'm a standout. Why fit in when you can be a standout, like Joe Budden said? See what I'm saying? So that's the point. Like, nah, the thing is, everything's on a surface level with most folks, especially in society today, because of social media and the brainwashing and the programming that's going on. So y'all are afraid to even go outside or go anywhere, and ain't nobody doing nothing. And I don't got time for that. Like, my thing is, I'll take full advantage of that. If people going to stay inside all day and never come outside and never do anything, then I'm coming through these cities. And like I said, I'm going to, continue to be the boss in the streets.
Okay, I want to hear that again. This is just fucking insanity.
The thing is, everything's on the surface level with most folks, especially in society today, because of social media and the brainwashing and the programming that's going on. So y'all are afraid to even go outside or go anywhere, and ain't nobody doing nothing. And I don't got time for that.
He doesn't have time for people not going outside and not doing anything. But
like, my thing is, I'll take full advantage of that. If people going to stay inside all day and never come outside and never do anything, then I'm coming through these
then
cities.
I got time for it.
And like I said, I'm going to, continue to be the boss in the streets.
Like a pussy with everyone indoors, and it's just you, Joey.
So the only time he can be boss in the streets is if everybody else stays inside.
That's a fact.
All right.
That's what I know where we're headed. I'm seeing crazy stuff happen every day, man. You got to watch the news, man. Like, the news has a lot to do with what I do, obviously, right? It makes sense, right? Like, I'll be listening and like I just watch different things that are news. It kind of seems like a component of this, right? So like, I'll just be watching and paying attention because I got to see what's going on in all these different states and cities. And I'm going to have to know what's going on when I'm out there, everywhere, active, which is going to be as soon as I get the money. There's too much going on in the world, man. There's a lot going on in this country. There's a lot going on in the world. There's a lot of justice being had right now. True justice. Okay? God is bringing a lot of justice, a lot of karma, and it's happening as we speak. And it's heavy right now. It's happening. God is at work. So I understand it. It's difficult, but I understand it. Because, for me, there's a lot of people I want to help. There's a lot that I want to do, but I need the money. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm asking the public to support me financially. That means the entire world. There is no limitation on anything. Limitations is something that you perceive and you create yourself.
He needs the entire world to take care of him.
8 billion people.
So I'm going to say it again. I don't really have any other choices.
If
I
all
haven't
8
in
billion
most
of us just
None
gave
it
him
was
a penny.
Choice. It's like Achilles said.
He'd have 8 billion pennies.
Yeah. He'd be doing pretty
He
good.
said,
For
I didn't have no choice. I was born and this is what I am. And it's the truth. That's the part that people have misconstrued. They want to look at things because the way they perceive it, like, oh, he's just playing around. Oh, no, this is what I was born to do. I'm really the real thing. So that's the thing. My experiences, they make perfect sense. I don't mix in with society. I'm not a normal person. I got to act normal with y'all. I'm the soldier for God. The soldier for God is clear as day. We're not the same. So that's the thing. Like, no, when I get around people, I'm very cautious. You understand? Because I know who and what I am. You see the difference? Like, bro, I'm Achilles reincarnated. I'm not joking. That's who I am. And it just so happened that in this time, that became what I am. It makes perfect sense. So, when people want to speak, I mean, the reality is understood. We got to move forward, bro. See, everything is moving forward. Everything is proven. Everything is a fact. What are y'all talking about?
What do? What up?
So see, that just goes to show how, man, folks can't catch up to me. They couldn't hold a candle to me because I'm steady moving forward by leaps and bounds. I'm not trying to prove anything to no one. If people want to sit there and fake talk and tell themselves things that aren't true, you be my guest. What is that going to do for you, though? You ain't going to gain nothing off that. The only way you're going to gain anything and be progressive and succeed in anything is if you acknowledge reality and acknowledge other people's accomplishments. I am not here for that. You know what I mean? That's whatever. I could care less what people have to say. I could care less what people acknowledge. That's the thing. That's the number one thing they said. They said, yeah, you don't care what people think. Why would I? It's not even what you think. That's the part that you're not talking about. What you think is the complete opposite of what you're speaking. It's super obvious. So you all think what it is. You see reality. That's why when people, oh, you think this, I don't think anything, honey. I know. I can read minds. So I know that folks is in they different energies. I know there's a lot of jellyfish. Oh, I know. I know. I know all about it. And I know that people have different coping mechanisms for how they deal with that. Again, how are you coping with my nonstop success? That has nothing to do with me. I would never care, never concern myself with it because it's a personal matter. You want to get somewhere, you want to succeed, you're going to have to go ahead and pay homage. Everybody, everyone. And y'all going to have to admit, Sneed has accomplished the impossible over and over and over again. And that's the thing. I could walk right back into that. There's situations I could walk back right back into right now. I could go to Austin anytime I want almost. Like if I got enough, just of the money I can get to right now to get just a bus ticket, I could go to Austin right now. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have nowhere to go. I wouldn't know what the hell is going on. Like, that's the thing.
You ran the place.
I know how to move a certain way. Like I need enough money to do what I need to do and to try to even just get started. And if I have money, then I can play it low key. And like, I don't know if that seems crazy to folks, that's literally where my mind is at. You could think it's crazy. You could think whatever you want. My mind is literally, bro, at the point
of short signal
that I really literally know exactly what I want to do to an extent. What I want, what people don't understand, what I want is complete freedom. And I want to be in the most powerful position there is. I'm not chasing power. I'm not talking about power in the regards and way that people think. My vision for like the record label, like I told you, was like me, still out in the streets talking about, cashless Bane, while I'm out there like a normal street dude, what I am, right? And my imagery of that was that I would look like I had been through it. You know what I mean? Like that you had to be different. You had to think a little different. And that I would be out there and be a normal dude and people would have no idea that I was, the only self-made trillionaire who ever existed and an actual billionaire. But I'm talking about at that point. That to me is the ultimate form of power. People want to talk about this. I've got people on social media right now want to talk about what I have and what I don't have and this and that. And people say the silliest things and you can see what it is. It's not even of my concern. You can see that a lot of folks, they've never really had much. That's why they talk like that. And when you have an abundance mindset like me and you really have had, because I've been having things, I got things now, I've got plenty. You know what I mean? I always have plenty. We've been having things. So when you actually have things and you've succeeded and you know what having money, real money feels like, money that 99% of people never seen, that's the kind of money I've had consistently, you don't care. That's why for me it's more about being real, because I've already seen the money. It doesn't matter to me. You understand? I've enjoyed everything that I did, and a lot of it I realized the best things are free. And that really is true. But like I said, that was my kind of my goal. And that's what I'm after with this. Bruce Wayne, people didn't know who he was. It's not about an identity. It's not about what I show. People are going to know who I am and what I do to an extent. Like I said, I'm going to have different suits. I'm going to have different bat suits. It's very easy. People are not going to know it's me. They could think and they're going to guess
Are
and
they
venture,
all
of
gonna have
course, and
holes in different places?
say that's him. And, you know, it may be very obvious, but they don't know. Does that make sense? Because at least that's the point. And even if they do, that's fine. I mean, there's nothing to hide or pretend about. Like, that's the thing. Like, I'm going to do it with my identity out in the open. Yes. Why wouldn't I? I have every reason to. I stand on business. And what I'm doing is to help the world, and I'm doing God's work and God's will. That's the thing. I don't view that as something that you do hiding, right? You feel what I'm saying? So I'm just telling you that, yeah, I think that's what it is. I think I'm going to do it in front of everyone. And I think I'm going to use social media like I've been doing to show the world what I'm on and what I'm accomplishing and what I'm doing. And I think I'm just going to, you know, that's what I think they mean, like get paid to exist, because I'm going to be compounding businesses and making more and more money. And that's the thing people don't get. Like, something real is being built here. This isn't New York where people had a fake hip hop industry and a fake business mecca and you had all the opportunities, but it was all through what? Corporate America, which, you know, corporate America is demonic. It's satanic. It doesn't care about anyone. The system, you know, doesn't have any loyalty. We all know what that system does. You see it every day, right?
Not a
So
part of your system.
this is totally different. This is something that God is building.
It's just it, Mind Stretcher. We don't know for 100% fact of where he streams at night, whether it's in the park, bathroom, at mom's, or over like at the golf course, or just underneath the underpass.
So while y'all is sleeping on me and y'all talking and wasting your time, worried about whatever, this and that, and folks is in their feelings because I've been, you know, more successful than anyone, literally, ever, of all time. Most successful man ever. You know what I mean? Man or woman. It's not even comparable. It's not even close.
That almost sounded like he was grinding the bottom of his foot against like gravel on the ground.
So at some point, wouldn't a guy like me get tired of money? Wouldn't he fall back? And that's what I've done. And then, of course, I'm going to bounce back. And that's when God says it's time to do that. I understand. I can be patient. I understand divine timing. I understand God's plan a lot more than most people would. I'm doing what I want to do. My point is this, man. If you could picture this, just think, right? You got a guy like me that can walk between hoods, ghettos, suburbs, I
agree,
anything. I can walk, I walk between everything. I'm able to go everywhere I want. Because I'm me. So I have full power, and then people have to understand, like, I'm the real deal, bro. I'm a lord. I'm the real deal.
Say again?
So I'm stepping away for a minute. I'll be right back.
There you go. Yep.
That's why I can go anywhere, because I'm me. Folks don't got to know who I am. I'm me. I'll be all right. Believe that. I do what I want to do. You understand? It's different. People want to talk. People could talk. People could pretend to talk like me. Anyone could do that. That doesn't make you me. Our accomplishments on a scale, if we weigh them, are not even close. That's why the whole concept with so-called women is hilarious to me, because it's based off of what a man is. You have to have self-respect and self-worth and self-value first, and then you can see and perceive the level that a man is on and his value. And my value is immeasurable and through the roof, homie. Make sense? Hold on. So that's all I'm saying is, like, nah, bro. In that entire lane and department, it's about being a man. And it's a lost art today. And that's kind of to be expected because it's this new generation. But the thing is, that just gives me even more power. That's the part that folks don't understand. And I realize why, because I don't perceive it for what it is. I don't think that's normal. Does that make sense? I don't think it's normal that I should be the only real man who ever existed. I think that's crazy, but it's the truth. And you'll see it all across the board. That's the thing. People meet me and they look at me and they're like, man, he's very, like easygoing. He's gentle. He's a nice dude. Yeah. But you don't know me. You don't know anything about me. That's the point. You don't remember Edward from You Know What, the vampire flick movie, talking about I'm built like this on purpose. Oh yeah, I look real nice. You feel me? That's the point. Come on, man. God can't show the world everything. God wants the world to think what they think. It's part of the plan. Makes perfect sense. And it's not deception. It's like he told me, your identity had to be hidden, most of my life to protect me. It's what's necessary. You understand? It's protecting something. That's what I do. I protect something. I protect my assets. I protect myself. I protect what I built. I protect the empire I built and what I'm building. It's a big difference. So that's what I'm saying. When people want to talk about this and that and so-called women, there's a reason why I talk about it, because it's relevant, because the perception doesn't exist. You're looking at the world through a jaded lens, a lens that's not there. It doesn't exist. That's not the reality of this world. And you all can't see it because, well, most folks don't even want to go outside anymore. That's why you can't see reality, because you're not out here. Right? You're not looking at it. It's all about living in a vibration of love. Like I said, me, I'm not concerned. I could care less what people think and what they say and what they tell themselves, but I just know that I'm about one step away from my goal, and it's the money. And when I get the money, the point is I can fall off the grid completely. And that's what I want to do. What I'm trying to explain to folks is, like I said, I could care less how people feel about it. It's the smartest thing for me that folks do not know what I have. Folks do not know how much money I have. There's resources all over this country. Do you understand that? There's a system of resources that you can utilize and use. That system is not designed to help us. You don't allow the system to take advantage of you. You utilize and you use the system to get where you're going. So what I'm saying is, picture a guy, right, that's got millions of dollars, but that you have no idea who he is. Do you understand what that means? That means freedom. That means never having to worry or care, never having to work for anyone unless I want to, because I want to help them out and do them a favor, which is usually what I'm doing anyway, because I really don't need it most of the time. Like I said, y'all aren't understanding, because I'm able to walk into these environments and these different situations that most people don't want to or can't. It gives me an edge and an advantage that you can't even fathom. Just telling you the truth. If I go to another city and state, I don't have to explain anything. They have shelters there, right? I'm not from that city and state. I don't live there, right? So I'm able to utilize the resources there because I'll have nowhere to go there. That's justified, right? That's what you're supposed to do. What I'm saying is, none of you know how much money I may have. You may not. You're not going to know what God gives me, because I'm not going to talk about it publicly. God told me that repeatedly. So if it comes, when it comes, When I start off, regardless, I got to go to a shelter, right, in a different city and state, correct? Because I'm moving, not really moving, because like I said, I'll still have everything, own everything. I'll always have it. But I'm moving to build extra stuff. I'm making a move to go out and get it and act like I got nothing.
It's going to
That's
be
how I hustle.
homeless
I hustle
somewhere
like
else.
I got nothing when I already built, everything. But it's not enough. See, that's why I look at it, folks look at it like, man, you good, you got it all. No, I look at it like I have nothing because that's my ambition. My ambition is on a different level you can't fathom and comprehend. How do you think I got this strong?
Is
How do
he
you
going to
think I
mention the
got this
church group?
fast? How do you think I got this quick? Because my ambition has to transcend everything in this reality. I don't look at material possessions as anything because I manifest that stuff.
Gotcha.
I don't look at money the way y'all look at money because I manifest it. This is just the truth. Like there's really a level of we are not thinking the same. That's what I want people to understand. You look at this world like it exists. I look at this world as a thought realm because that's what it is. I look at this world as a matrix that I can use, manipulate, control, and I can create realities. You have no idea what I'm on. Nobody. You couldn't fathom what I'm on. So my point is, I don't care what no one says. I'm a genius, and it's a genius thought. You use the resources available to you, right? Folks don't know what I have. They don't know how much money I'm going to have. God knows because he's going to give it to me. If I get this money this time and God gives me another chance, like with the finances, and he already told me he would and promised me he would, like a lot, like 8 million times. If this money comes, when it comes, I'm talking about I'm completely falling off the grid. Folks will not have a clue what I'm doing, where I'm at, nothing. Okay. I'm going to be untraceable. And I'm talking about for real. The videos, I could take a video of a pond. I could take a video of a creek when I'm going out camping or something, or just going out in nature to look around, go on hikes. I'm gonna be doing stuff like that. I want to go up to the mountains. I want to learn how to live in the mountains. People is on social media talking about, yeah, I'm doing this. I'm going to be independent. You're not independent. That's the mistake that people make. And I've been there, so I understand. But nah, you're so far from reality. It's unbelievable because you haven't woken up yet. Y'all are not awoken beings, man. I'm a truly awoken being. You don't know what it takes to be awoken, bro.
I'd love to see Joey up at around 10,000 feet trying to watch him fucking breathe. He can't even do it at sea level.
It takes real stuff. It takes struggle. It takes what? It takes going through some serious stuff. And even then, it doesn't mean you're going to wake up. And most people don't. I'm awoken. That makes me something serious. See what I'm saying? Why do you think I'm able to use perception and move it so easily? Why do you think people listen to me? People listen to me if they're smart because they're going to learn something. I'll teach you how to succeed in anything you do. I have all the gifts and all the knowledge. That was my goal. My goal was to become the most knowledgeable and the realist and have had the life experience and been able to handle anything.
Joey would get mated by a bear in the middle of the night.
And now I need is the money so I can go out and use these gifts and help the world and help people. It's what told me in the reading like yesterday. It said, you become something so strong that, you're able to really help
already gotten with a few bears.
Anyone and change lives for the better,
but
in a positive direction and help people. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm really considering like doing the life coaching, you know what I mean? Like for real and through this, because that's what I want to do. I want to help people. You know what I mean? I'm not into the wording of it. Does that make sense? I don't know. I like motivational speaker better. But then I don't know if people will understand what I'm offering and what I'm trying to do.
No, not if you're going to talk like this. No one's going to have a fucking clue what the fuck's going on.
Clients. I want people that want to pay me to help them, to change everything for them in a positive, better direction, to show them the way. You know what I mean? And I just am not into that name, man.
So you want people
it's not
to pay
thing.
you to help change everything in their life that you're unable to change in your own life.
It's fair.
I like motivational speaker. I'm thinking of maybe gearing everything towards that. I think that would be a good start, and I'll
Fuck
just
metal
say it,
shaping.
sometimes, and I think we'll do it like that. My point is this, man. Everybody can talk, that's fine. Y'all know I'm the real deal. You know who and what I am. We're different, right? And it's just like the Joker said. He said, "Don't talk like you're one of them. You're not, even if you'd like to be."
Oh, Jesus.
'Cause that's the truth.
Sticky.
I'm not like you. I'm not like any of you. And I'm gonna tell you one thing. I'm glad as hell I'm not like you.
Can
I
you
don't want to
imagine
be nothing
hiring a
like folks in
motivational
society.
speaker and he starts pulling out all these fucking Joker quotes?
You're in high school. You already got a bad attitude as it is, and you got one of those assemblies. You get everyone got to go down there for it. And this motherfucker walks on the stage. You'd be like, "Fuck this! I'm going out to my car and getting high. Fuck this."
You want to know how I
Every
got
time I
these
look at
chicken
it,
legs?
it's hilarious. Honestly. So, like I said, I'm me. We different. We supposed to be different. Seriously. Everything I built is turning pain into power. People don't understand I have no limits. I have no limitation. I can go anywhere. I can do anything. I can walk through any block. I can walk through any obstacle. That's the difference between you and I.
mean, that makes sense, Mind Stretcher. He says he's inspired as fuck. I will always know this is the bottom. It could always be worse. Joey is rock solid proof. You could be worse off because he's always proven it. He'll make you strive to get worse than you actually are. It's the complete fucking the upside down fucking motivational speaker. It's fucking crazy. Shut up, Sheriff.
And you take a guy like that, a guy like me, right? That the world doesn't even know I'm me, and it's kind of hidden because you just looking at me and I look good, whatever. I look cute, handsome, whatever. I have no limitations. I'm limitless. Like I told you, my goal is to do that, to travel, like I said. And like I said, I'm not going to have anywhere to go in them cities. People don't know, how much money I got in my pocket. They don't know what I got at all. God is going to know because he's going to give it to me. If I get this money, when I get this money, I'm telling you, that's what I'm going to do. I could go anywhere. I could show up in DeKalb, Illinois. I could show up in Florida. I could go Georgia. I could go. I mean, I wouldn't want to do it in Georgia. I've been in Atlanta and I've seen how it is over there, and I would not want to do that there again because I actually went through it, and that's when everything happened for me because I was just trying to survive out there. But my point is, like,
Yeah, and
I'm
last
gonna
time
go
you
up
didn't
north
have to deal
somewhere.
with a shamrock.
I don't
Mm.
know if it might be New York to start. They got them little places you can stay at too that are super cheap. But my point is, imagine if I can get in an environment like that, and I don't care, I'm telling you straight facts, like the shelters, because that's the way you start. Because the thing is, they have programs and stuff, and they'll get you on those programs and they'll help you. You can get
The
on lists for
justification
housing,
in his
bro.
head
You
for
can get
I need to
everything
go be
you need.
homeless
If
somewhere
you're
else.
moving somewhere, that's what you're supposed to do. That's why it's funny to me because people are so, wanting to speak, but they know what I'm saying is the truth. They know I'm doing things the right way. If you're making a real serious move and you're taking it seriously, you have to utilize these resources. They'll get me on a housing list in a different city and state immediately
A housing
if I
list.
push the issue and ask about it. Does that make sense? So then, I'm on the list and I'm waiting, even if it takes, I don't care if it takes years. That's number one. Number two, right? They're going to provide everything for me.
So he's going to go to another city, going to go find a shelter somewhere, and he's going to push them to put him on a list for housing in another state. He doesn't care if it takes years, but until that happens, they have to take care of him. That's some great planning right there. Holy shit.
Think about that. They're going to provide food, meals, probably 3 meals a day if I want. They're going to give me a window of time to go in and go out, and you got to follow the rules. They're not going to have a clue who I am. They don't know how much money I got to my name. They don't know what I'm doing. They don't know my career because I'm not going to bring it up.
Holy shit.
The odds of somebody just recognizing me and saying, "Hey, you're that guy," even if they did, they don't know how much money I got. They don't know what I'm building. You see
You're
my
not
point?
that
I don't
guy.
owe
I'm
anyone
that
to
guy.
tell them. I don't. It's my business. Like I said, if I have money that's technically what? Life savings. What I'm telling you is genius, but I don't think people are going to understand it because they don't
I
get
don't think they will either. It's genius if you can pull it off, for fuck's sakes. Jesus. It really is. He's not wrong.
it. Like that's the way you run the Batman project on a different level is you fall off the grid and pretend you're just a regular dude and no one can figure out you're the dude who's doing all this. They gonna look at me thinking, oh, he needs help. I utilize that to my advantage all the time. Y'all can't figure that out. That's not anything but what you're supposed to do. And a lot of times I do need financial help. You get what I'm saying? But my point is, it's gonna work perfect. I'm telling you, yeah, they'll provide 3 meals a day, have a place to sleep, probably like a bunk. You know what I mean? It helps because they have good scheduling. So like it'll get me back in order where, you know, I'm sleeping at a certain time, waking up at a certain time every day. They'll have breakfast. They'll have, I'm sure they'll have everything. And that's the thing. If I got money, if I want breakfast, I go eat a breakfast, all you can eat, whatever I want. I go to a buffet, find me a buffet. Like I'm just so ready for this to happen. You know, I don't know how it's going to happen. I have no idea what's going on, but I just know what God has told me and I believe it 100%. I never doubt God. And that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm just telling you the truth. I don't care. I understand the environments are kind of off, but if I can blend in, I'll at least try. You know, like I know I have everything to lose. I know I have a lot going for me, but what I'm saying is people know my career too, and this is who I am. And that's part of it. I'm in all sorts of different environments all the time, crazy environments. That's the thing. I have to do that for my walk and my career. I can blend in and ain't nothing I ain't done before. I have to view it and look at it like I have to do this. Does that make sense? I'm telling you, they'll give you they'll have like I said, time that you got to be in, time that you can go out. And then if I stay out, right? Because that's the thing, they have like their programs because I've been through it. There's a reason why God had me walk into those places and they would, you know, be like, oh, you got to do this, that, right? I learned how they work. Does that make sense? So what I'm saying is it's beneficial to me if I could handle being in there, if it's a place that I like. Does that make sense? And if I got the freedom to walk out the door when I want, that's all I care about. And if they say, well, you can't come back, you know, on that day if you walk out, no problem. Because I won't plan to. I'll come back the next day. Does that make sense?
You better have my
I would
food
just
ready,
go get me a
goddammit.
hotel and go to work. Like, listen to what I'm saying. If I have a spot, and that's what I told you, all I need is like access to what I need, like I just said, the basic necessities, and somewhere to sleep, right? In a totally different cities and states. And I could travel like this. And it's new environments. I meet new people. I'm making connections. Like you understand, they'll have shoes. They'll have
stray cat that's like in the backyard house, takes off for fucking 2 months and comes back.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, you're still around?
Sheriff, would you back it up a couple of seconds? He's going into how they'll have free shoes for him.
be like, oh, you got to do this, that, right? I learned how they work. Does that make sense? So what I'm saying is it's beneficial to me if I could handle being in there, if it's a place that I like. Does that make sense? And if I got the freedom to walk out the door when I want, that's all I care about. And if they say, well, you can't come back, you know, on that day if you walk out, no problem. Because I won't plan to. I'll come back the next day. Does that make sense? Because I would just go get me a hotel and go to work. Like, listen to what I'm saying. If I have a spot, and that's what I told you, all I need is like access to what I need, like I just said, the basic necessities, and somewhere to sleep, right? In a totally different cities and states. And I could travel like this.
Too far back.
And it's new environments. I meet new people. I'm making connections. Like you understand, they'll have shoes, they'll have jewelry, they'll have anything I want and need access to. I'm gonna have. And like if I got money and they don't know, whatever, I just be like, yo, like here, and I can buy whatever I need. Anything. There's a lot of circulation. Okay. I'm talking about for real, like sneakers. You know what I mean? So I can actually get resources like that, not to mention clothes, and I can build my clothing line because I can get clothes for free. And then I figure out, okay, can I get a license or whatever to sell name brand status symbol clothing? And then I can sell that too, wholesale. I'm a genius, homie. I'm trying to tell you. This is not something I just thought up. If people listen to me for years, I used to talk about
secondhand wholesale clothes.
This is nothing he just thought up. Wow. This is fucking amazing.
clothing, and then I can sell that too, wholesale. I'm a genius, homie. I'm trying to tell you. This is not something I just thought up. If people listen to me for years, I used to talk about this. This is what I was trying to do, and what I didn't get a chance to try it yet, but I wanted to do it. I was already formulating what I was thinking. Like, I'm just saying, bro, like, you know, think about it, bro. So you in there, let's say during the day, right? No, sorry. During the day, you're out. And then they got a time you got to get back. One day I can go in there. Another day, or I can walk out anytime I want. They say, okay, well, you can't come back today if you walk out. No problem. Go get me a hotel or go out and work the entire time. So I could be out working the entire night as you know, my secret identity, who I really am, right? So I could be doing that all night.
Just jerking dudes off all night
Flying
long.
around on a bat pod or motorcycle or electric scooter to start or e-bike, whatever. Are you understanding the power in this? Like, we're talking about, and then just take off the bat suit, have somewhere to put it because it won't be in there. I already know that. No, it's not going to work. So I'll have to find like a storage or somewhere. And they have places too where they'd be like, yeah, you can leave your stuff here or whatever. And like, I'll just tell them, hey, look, this is, you know, what I do. This is mine. Can I put my suits here? And I can order, they'd give me everything. They'll give me every way to obtain everything where I can order and get new equipment, new bat suits, anything I need, and I can put them together myself with like foolproofing as much as I can create, you know, where I can still move right.
So now the free storage place has to provide him a resource to order new bat suits?
Yes, they have to have donated bulletproof material that they could let him have.
Fucking, this is crazy, insane right here. On that note, I'm walking dog last night at the end of my street at the main road here. There's a Popeyes, and Jax has to always go around the drive-through because she can smell it. So every night I got to do a U-turn around that. Well, I see there's a lockbox on like their restaurant dumpster, and it's open. And I go over there and I open the fucker up. I can't remember if it was last night or the night before, but I open it up and there's some fucking Joey Sneed in there fucking changing pants. He's got his pants off and shit like that. I'm like, what the fuck you doing in here? And they go, oh, fuck, you scared me. I'm like, well, what the fuck you doing in here? Anyway, bye. Fucking shit the thing on him. Yeah.
Everything I do
He apologized. He was just changing fucking clothes. Some homeless guy. Fucking weird.
Day is towards this project, the Batman project. I funded it out of my pocket
into his
for 3
office.
years. The crime rate's lowered because of me. Okay. So what are you talking about? I'm going to stay focused on what I'm working on and what I'm building. That's the thing. Like, I don't want to waste all my time on all this other free stuff. I want to waste my time on what matters. That's the difference. And a lot of folks just can't comprehend that, and they don't understand it. And that's fine. They don't have to, because it ain't for them. You feel me? I just can see the amount of power I'm going to have because that's what I'm thinking. And hopefully I won't even have to do that. You know, hopefully, like I said, I mean, hopefully, I don't know, Christina's real or, you know, something like God keeps telling me that I got love coming. I don't know what's going on. I'm confused, but like, let's say whatever happens, you know what I mean? And I somebody really does love me and want to be with me or whatever, and or they have money or whatever, and that's the thing. Like, well, then it would just make it even easier because then I can just do what I need to do because we'll have tons of money. You understand? But I'm just thinking for myself right now independently because I have to, and I'm just thinking like, if I get this money, that's 100% what I want to do. You know what I mean? I would much rather have a partner and be in love and be happy and have plenty of money and where I never struggle for anything. Oh, I'd much rather have that, of course. If I go to a different city and state, I'd much rather have a really nice spot, that's ours and I go to. But I'm just saying for right now, I got to think like whatever, like I'm on my own because that's the way it feels completely. And that's where that's what I think is reality in my perception. That's what I'm seeing. Like, I feel like I'm on my own in this. So that's my point. Like, I got to make my own moves. And that's what I want to change. That's all I want to change. I wanted that to change this entire time. That's what I keep asking for. Like, no, I need help to do things. Like, I need somebody with me that doesn't mind helping me if I got to move luggage, if I got to get up and carry something, if I'm doing something like, and you don't even got to do that
You
stuff.
gotta
It's a
carry
woman.
my bags for me.
He needs a woman to carry his luggage.
Wow.
Just be there, like be there for me. You know what I mean? But that's my point, man. Like, either way, I got to formulate my plan of what I'm
Absolutely
doing, and that's what I
useless
want to do.
human being.
You know what I mean? Do you understand? Oh my goodness, bro. Y'all don't understand, bro. That's what God said. He said you're going to be able to build anywhere. Like, do you understand the kind of power I'm about to have? And it's because of the walk I walk with God, because of every step of that journey. Because I've been in a lot of them shelters. I've seen how it is.
The new
That's the thing. Like, people know how I am, man. Like, I do what I want to do. That's the thing. That's the only thing with me. That's the hard part. But, I can figure it out and tolerate it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the thing. Like, if I feel uncomfortable or I feel like people are acting weird, or you know how the environment. I mean, you don't, but I know how them environments are.
now
If it gets weird or odd or what, I don't have to go through it, man. I just walk out and leave.
I'll try and tolerate it. People taking care of every aspect of his entire life, and he'll try and tolerate it. God damn.
I don't have to go through anything if I got the money. You understand what I'm saying? But it's a resource and it needs to be utilized. That's what I'm saying. Like, it'll work because that's what I'm saying. Then I don't got to worry about nothing. And then I just do what I need to do. You feel me? It'll
So I
work
was just
perfectly.
thinking, his paranoia concerning, I got to be able to walk away. I got to be able to get out. I got to be able to leave. You think that stems from him being locked in a room for his childhood, basically? Catatonic, sitting there.
A little bit.
Was
You
that-
broke up there for just a second.
I said, you think his paranoia about always being able to have an escape and being able to get away is due to him growing up locked in a room?
Being chained to a fence, getting tennis
Yeah.
balls thrown at you,
It's
and
just
shit
me
like
and
that.
just me and my baseball, and we're just sitting in the floor or in the closet.
And that's a lot of the anxiety and paranoia too. Yeah, it is. Because, like anxiety and shit like that, you got to be having out. You got to have an out. You got to be able to go that pending doom feeling. I got to be able to get myself out of this room.
Bro.
100%.
One place that I really do want to go to, and I would even want to stay there for a little bit.
What's that?
Kansas City. That area that I was in, and I mean, Kansas City was apparently huge. I don't know why people say it's not. Kansas City, bro, I went on Lyft and Uber or whatever, and it was going to cost like $100 to $300 or something crazy just to go across the town. Like, it's huge. That was just the downtown part. It sounded like there was whole other parts to it or something. I don't know what was going on with that. But when I went there, I walked in one of those like shopping center, like kind of like in Florida, they got like Publix and stuff like that, like a grocery store. Bro, they food is delicious. Like, I like a cheesecake, like a blueberry cheese. Oh my goodness, bro, it's delicious. And like they say the barbecue there is really good. I didn't even get to try the barbecue when I was there. I want to go to Kansas City, Missouri. I think that's the right Kansas City I was in when I'm talking about. It was Missouri, right? The main one.
Barbecue.
I want to go there and I
Cornbread
want to eat
and
that
beans.
barbecue. And I'm talking like every day for a while. And they have facilities there I already looked at that are nice. Okay. I could do the street ball tour there. I could pretty much do everything I need to do. They would have that old school diner I went in. Remember, like when I get money, I think that's one of the first places actually that I'm thinking of going. Kansas City, Missouri. 100%. You know what I mean? And I bet you anything that I could figure it out through whatever, even if I got to go through a program or a system or something, I bet you I could figure out how to get affordable housing, maybe even like almost free. I bet you anything, because that's a city that there's a lot of commerce in and a lot of factories and industrial factories. So they
Section
want
43.
people to move there for whatever, because they just want to see the city grow, and they want people that are going to actually contribute, because that's the dollars and money really that's funding all those companies. You understand? Like that's the thing.
So
Like
in
me,
other
I'm just
words, they want
changing my
people other
perspective
than
on how I
you.
see things, because I realize everything is a business. But like I don't think the way other people do. Other people think about how can I get money off this and be a part of it. I don't care about that. Y'all want to blend into society. I don't want to be a part of none of it. I want to just look at it from the outside and figure out from that perspective how I can gain and get what I need and make money out of it. You feel me? It's different because y'all got loyalty to a system that ain't done nothing for you. And I don't at all. That's the difference. All right. There's a lot of differences. But like I said, that's what I'm planning to do. I can't wait. You know what I mean? I just figured that out and realized that, man, Kansas City would be a perfect place for me. I could do the street ball tour. I could do everything I want to do. And there's a lot going on there too. So like the streets are like, I mean, it's what it is. You know what I mean? Like it'd be interesting. I'll tell you that. It'd be real interesting. You know what I mean? And like I'd probably meet a lot of people. Like, man, it's beautiful downtown, bro. They got them bars, they got that stadium. That's where it was, right?
They got that stadium.
Tulsa, wasn't a fan of at all. Tulsa's rough, and the whole vibe in the air is weird. But that's another place I could work in if I need to. I remember them railroad tracks. Remember the cars were on the railroad tracks and everything there, and there's like a bridge. I'm just saying. What I'm saying is, it's just that environment is perfect for like Batman. You understand? That's the thing. People want to act like this is like a Joker game. Like, nah, bro. I'd be looking at the terrain in places, thinking like, can I fly over this and stuff? Straight up. Because that's how Batman's gonna be moving and would be moving. Like I'm gonna be like, hurdling and jumping over stuff and gliding and stuff. Like that's literally the purpose of this. Like I'm really, doing the real thing, bro. Like, why do you think I have to be trained to a different level and degree, which you're already seeing me do that? Like, people don't get how far I've come and how much progress I've made. You know what I mean? And then, like I said, like, bro, I'm going to get even bigger immediately the minute I get the money, because I'll be able to get what I need. That's what I'm telling you. I made one adjustment. You saw the strength levels go through the roof, and that has nothing to do with getting bigger yet. I'm going to look huge, bro. I'm going to look just like the depictions, because the depictions are about me.
Art Ash,
and I'm going to be doing this as a full-fledged career like I already do, but where I can do it nationally and then worldwide. And I'm going to be getting busy. That's the thing. Like when I get the money, I'm not going to be so concerned. I'm going to be concerned still, and I'll still be concerned. I'm still going to make real smart decisions, but I'm saying I'll be able to just do what I need to do. I don't have to ask no questions. I hope people understand that. I don't have to have no reservations. I don't got to ask no questions. I'm out there working active. I'm doing what I need to do. This is all about our interest. This is privatized.
Mine Stretcher. I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but it was last spring on Sticky's channel. Kind of crowdfunded a clinical psychologist to come on live stream, and we played old like Viva Las Vegas. And had her kind of break it all down. She came back for another one. We did 2 shows like that. It was pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's like that. It's real as it get. So once I get the money, I'll do whatever I want. I'll do it the smart way and the right way, everything I do and all my movements, but I'll be able to do whatever I want. Don't have to worry about a thing because I got money. not only that, but like I said, I'm falling off the grid. So like folks are not going to know anything about me or my whereabouts. I'm going to
Sticky TT6. I'll put his channel in there if I can
become untraceable. So literally, I do whatever I need to do, and then what? What does Batman always do?
The first one we did, Mind Stretcher, it was Viva Las Vegas, and Rich Baritone actually put that video together a few years ago, and we played that, and I actually shrouded that one. I don't know if you know what the shrouds are, but we used to count, like I said, and I used to draw with paints and markers the entire show. It's just like a chain of events, what happens in a long form in the case of a shroud. And I sent that shroud out to Rich Baritone. He actually came up on that show too. That was fun.
Remember when he's talking to Commissioner Gordon or whatever, and he just does what he does, and then he's like, he does that. See what I'm saying? That's why he's saying he does that, because that's what I have to do. You get what I'm saying? So that's the point. Like, I don't think you understand, anyone, the amount of power that I'm about to have. That's the thing. I'm not worried about what people say, man. I'm not worried about, because I understand the mentality. I don't understand the mentality, but I understand that they're operating from a different programming and mentality.
All right, and he has ended. We got about 12 minutes left on this.
And mentalities like that, those are people who are nowhere near my level. Nobody is. Anyone, anybody, nobody's near me or close to my level in any regard: power, wealth, money, success, anything, looks, anything. Any department, right? This is facts. So why would I care? Do you get what I'm saying? It's irrelevant to me. Like, I'm trying to tell you, like, bro, man, y'all don't even understand, bro. I remember that shelter too out there in Kansas City, but like I said, I didn't want to do it because they were talking about that you couldn't have your phone. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Wherever I go, I'm going to have my phone with me. I run a business. I got to have my phone. So that's going to be the first thing I ask. Can I have my phone? If they say anything about I can't have my phone, that's a problem. Can't stay there. Can't do it. Got to have the phone. You know what I mean? Because that just don't make no sense to me. And there's a lot of places that they don't care. They'll let you have your phone. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man.
If you go down to his lives, I believe it's on his lives. Just it's about a year ago. They'll be in there. They're labeled. I'm sure you'll find them if you want to peruse through that.
I could see it all happening, bro, and like it's gonna be crazy, man. I'm not gonna have any limitations. I'm gonna be able to do what I want. So last thing,
we had his friend JT on a couple times from Austin that Joey used to associate with. Sticky interviewed him again. I drew that on shroud paper, and yeah, we had some good streams back then.
I'm missing is the money. And that's why, like, I talk to these people and they have these little fake jobs or these little fake government jobs, and they want to offer advice and say things, like have been said about, if you don't have any money, it's going to be so hard. I mean, how? My father told me the same thing. You know what I mean? Said, if you don't go to college, if you don't do, I didn't do none of that. I dropped out of college a multimillionaire. My dad was very intelligent. He knew what he was saying. It was the right advice. He knew what he was talking about. But for me, I have a different walk. This is my career. You know what I mean? A career that most people probably couldn't even fathom, especially at that time. You know what I mean? Things are changing. The world is changing. And I knew it would. And I'm who's changing it, if anything. And I love my dad. I love my father. I miss him a lot, but I miss him more than anything, but like I said, it's just like, I don't know. We got to get this expanded, man. That's all I know. That's what I'm trying to, because the thing is, the more progress I can make now with little to no budget, little to no money, whatever I got, whatever I'm doing, or if I can get funding from the public, whatever progress I can make now in this in-between time and in-between period, boy, it's going to make me that much more powerful when I do get the funds and the money. When I get my money that's rightfully mine, it's going to make me that much more powerful. It's going to have me to a whole nother level. You understand? That's why I keep putting work in right now, because it's necessary. That's why I keep working hard. That's why I keep training. Like I said, I already incorporated where we kind of take days off and stuff because it's necessary and it's helping me to grow. You understand? I don't want to do it every day. I get tired. I'm exhausted. You know what I mean? Like, that's just part of it. It comes with it. It comes with the territory. The type of training I'm doing, I'm training harder than Olympic athletes, man. There's nobody in the world seeing me. I got readings coming out right now talking about you are literally one of the strongest people who ever existed. These are facts. This is God speaking, saying this. That's a big deal, man. You know, and I'm a, you know, like, I'm not huge. I'm not a real, you know, real big guy. I mean, I kind of, but I mean, I'm about 6'2", 6'3" with shoes on, something like that, and about like what, like 150 some pounds right now. Normally, I'm like 165. When I get the money, you know, I'm gonna fill out and get bigger. Like I said, like immediately. I could tell you that right now. But that's my point. Like, that's the point. Like, God built me through all the pain and suffering I've endured. God built me through coming up through the impossible. Everything about me is overcoming obstacles. And that's why a lot of folks in their feelings. You understand what I'm saying? So that's all. That's my only point. That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not here for that. It's all good. I think it's cute. I think it's funny. I laugh about it. You know, we make jokes on here about it, but it's the least of my concern. I have a job to do, and that's God's will and God's work, and to help people and to save people and save lives. I have a job, an actual job to do. You know, so like I said, it's gonna get to the point you're gonna see me on, like, I don't care if we start with motorcycles, build bat pods. Like I said, I want to get where I could build tanks, tumblers, all that. You know what I mean? I really don't want to do it myself. There's components of it that I don't want to be around and don't want to have to do either. But I don't know. We'll have to see. You know what I'm saying? We'll have to see. But all I know is that, I don't know. God told me there's like a trip coming, man. I get them downloads, readings nonstop. He said there's a trip coming, and the trip is the catalyst for everything. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if it's with Christina. I don't know if it's with whatever, whoever. I have no idea. But all I know is that's what he said. So, you know, I never doubt God. I listen to every word he speaks and says. Like I said, them readings and downloads continue to say what's coming, and they've never been wrong, and I prove them right. I prove them right on the community wall. I just don't put them all up. So, like I said, that's what I need. I need a vacation. I need to go on a trip, and, you know, like they said, it'll be the catalyst to everything. But like,
my husband used to ejaculate prematurely.
My husband used to ejaculate. God, that was fucking classic.
Because I already tried that. That was the thing. I tried that in Austin the last time, and literally almost like didn't have the funds to you know, to get on the bus so I could get back where I need to be. You know what I mean? And then, like, I'm asking people, and they just sitting there and doing what they do. And that's what I'm saying. The same folks that I see, they know exactly who they are, man. And they're the same ones that were playing them games, right? Like, brother, like, what is the point of that? Brother, I'm a grown man, bro. You understand? That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, I'm a grown man, and I got to do what I got to do, man. Like, if you ain't trying to help me do what I need to do and accomplish what I need to accomplish, then you don't need to be talking to me. It's just that simple. I ain't got time for none of that. You understand? That's the thing. My time is precious. You know what I mean? So, like I said, folks know what it is. Folks know I'm the real deal, and that's what I want, man. I want to go to, like, Kansas City. I think it's Missouri. Yeah, I I want to go out there. I want to check out St. Louis too. St. Louis is real active. There's a lot going on. You know what I mean? I'm not afraid to go anywhere, man. Are you serious? Run this world. You know what I mean? Literally. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. Like, it's just different, man. Like, I'm a lot tougher than most people, man. That's what people don't get. You know, that's the thing. Like, a lot of folks, they, you know, everybody's talks. They want to talk. You know, that ain't got nothing to do with it.
Shit.
You know, I mean, that's the part I don't do. I don't talk. I'm not a talker. You know, I don't want to sit there talking. You know what I mean? That's why we not the same, because like I said, at this point in the game, most situations, I'm going to do my job the right way and I'm going to walk away because I have everything going for me and I have everything to lose.
Yeah, you St. Louis, that would be a win for him.
You know what I mean? People know who I am, man. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't have no point to prove at all. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Like, I want to fall back. I just want to be comfortable, man. I want to be where I have everything I need and I'm straight. And that's where I want to go. I think I want to go on a trip over there, Kansas City, Missouri. I think it'd be cool, bro. I want to eat barbecue, go out to them bars. Like, you know, I just wish that I had somebody to go out with me and have fun with. You know what I'm saying? That'd be cool as hell. But we'll see what happens, man. Like I said, God is real. You know, God is at work. And that's about it, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I said, I'm going to do whatever I need to do for me. Like I said, that means whatever I got to do. I'm going to do what I need to do for me and my own vested interest. Because like I said, I mean, I've asked folks to do their part and nobody's done their part. Nobody's done anything for me. No one. All these folks, they get a government check, they get money, they work. Everybody got money. Folks won't even donate and send me a dime. I don't understand that. Like, what?
Nobody's
you know what I mean? But folks want
damn thing.
That's God's damn thing.
Honk and pretend they support. Like, that's not real love. That's not real support. And the thing with me, folks don't seem to understand, is I only want real love. You love me, donate. That's how you show it. I don't care if you got $1 and that's
cash.
Donate. Be like, I love you, and here's a phone number to talk.
I don't care if that's your last
dollar.
That's what
I'm waiting on. I'm waiting to see like what the hell is coming in the next move, because it ain't in my. It's not in my power. It's got nothing to do with me. It's gonna be somebody's gonna have to be a real woman and step up. I don't see how that's hard to send $1 and be like, this is my number. I love you. I don't understand how that's hard.
Here's $1. Send me your number. I love you. God damn.
I really don't.
Last dollar. I love you.
Because it's not. That's what I'm saying. Like, if folks can't hop a puddle for me, why would I go swim the ocean for them? That's crazy, right? So, like I said, yeah, no, I'm on my own. You know, this is all privatized. You know, I'm selfless. I help everybody. Everything I do is for other people still, and I'm gonna continue to be me. But that's the thing. I gotta start focusing on what I'm doing and what I'm building. Like, I matter. So that's what I'm on for 2026. On that note, I'll talk to y'all later, man. Like I said, keep it real, and I hope you learned something. Like I said, that's what we do. We educate the public for real, and I've been doing this for a long time. Joey. So try to catch up. All right, homie? Like we'll talk in a minute.
Much respect. I can't say that without laughing. Oh, fuck. That was Batman Educates the Public.
I just met you. This is crazy. Here's $1. I love you, baby.
What's your number? Some shit. Yeah, that's funny. So he's gonna go be homeless. He's gonna pick somewhere a new city. Else. He's gonna cover his eyes and point to the map.
He's tired of being small town homeless. He wants to be big city homeless.
He wants to be big city homeless. You know, if you're gonna go to East St. Louis or something like that, you're going to have to be you got to have a little bit of a spine. You got to have some little snap in your voice. You might want to be a ghetto tiger. Let's go back a couple albums back.
Hell yeah.
Go Ghetto Tiger.
In the city streets, where the struggle's real, lives Joey Sneed, with a mind that can't conceal. The voices whisper, you're a tiger, king of the night. He prowls the blocks with eyes that shine bright. Joey Sneed, the tiger from the ghetto floor, ruling the streets.
And that's a wrap. That guy, thanks for hanging out, bud. Chat, appreciate you. Go and
It
get.
was fun.
See.
I've drank a lot of fucking beer in my lifetime, that's for sure. Many times to an excess that I'm not too proud of the fucked up shitty situations that I've managed to fist fuck my way into. I've learned a lot along the way though. I'll share that knowledge with you if it can prevent a fucking drunken grease fire. If it doesn't, you are the fucking grease fire.